Admin from Prince Group, can you enable screen sharing for me?
Good morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ms. Soumya. Can you enable screen sharing so that I can?
Yes, sir. I've made you the co-host, sir. A few minutes, students are joining, sir.
Okay, okay.
I have made you the co-host.
But not able to just. Yeah. No, that's fine. Thank you.
Few minutes, sir. Everybody is logging in.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam. அப்புறமா வந்து பாரு. ரம்யா வந்து வாங்க. சொல்லிட்டு போ மேடம்.
Ma'am, principal ma'am, can we start, ma'am?
Yes, Soumya.
Narayani ma'am? Narayani ma'am? Narayani ma'am?
Ma'am, 1 minute, please, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. 1 second.
Okay, ma'am. Please ask your students to join and start the session, ma'am. Comparing is ready, ma'am?
Ma'am, 1 second, please wait, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Shall we start the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Madam has told.
Bhavanya, please start, ma'am. Hello.
It gives me immense pleasure to extend to you a very warm welcome to all on behalf of the Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College, who has clubbed all of us for the National Seminar on Impact Lecture Series webinar. I would like you all to stand up for Tamil Thai Varthu. சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கந்தனுடு தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடன திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறைநுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அணிதுழகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை சிரமியந்த செயல் மறந்த வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. Before the launch, let me first acknowledge the presence of our eminent guest, Mr. K.U. Srinivasan. I would like to invite Divya to formally welcome the gathering.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to start this auspicious occasion by heartily welcoming everybody. I heartily welcome our Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. K.U. Srinivasan, Partner and Principal Consultant of Strategy, Connecting Dot Strategic Consulting, India.
Thank you.
I'd like to extend a special welcome to our chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan, who proved us that leaders are made, they are not born by his hard effort. And I also welcome our vice chairman, V. Prasanna Venkatesh and Dr. V. Vishnu Karthik, who showed us good leadership is all about making the life of people better. I welcome our beloved principal ma'am, Dr. M. Uma, who always thinks about the welfare of the students and encourages. I welcome our faculties who support us and my fellow friends. Today, we are so excited to have you all here to participate in this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay Lakshmi, for your earnest welcome address. It's my privilege to invite our college chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan sir, and vice chairman, Mr. Prasanna Venkatesh. Our VC sir is on busy schedule, so we will move on to the principal ma'am's address. I would like to invite our principal, Dr. Uma Bhaskar, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Doing good.
Yeah. So it's really wonderful that this afternoon you're engaging our students, and I would like to invite you for this special talk that has been organized by Institutions Innovation Council, given by MIC. And it's actually a sponsored program. And I really feel happy, and also I'm thankful to you. Once when I approached you, immediately you had given your consent. So that was really a great appreciable thing. And I would like to recollect that Line Suresh is being connected with us, a best well-wisher of our institution, known to me for more than 10 years. And that was really nice. When I approached him, immediately he referred your name. And seeing your profile also, it was very good and amazing that I would like even our students to get transformed like your profile. And hence this arrangement that has been done by the team members of IIC. I would appreciate the president who had reached 1.5 points during this first and second quarter, and still they are struggling for the maximum of 2 points. Maybe this future forthcoming sessions, we are about to conduct many sessions, and grateful to you, sir, that our students are blessed like you people being present here for the presentation. So thank you once again. And I would also welcome you for this session online and also offline. Whenever you find time, please drop in and meet our children, sir. And we do have ED cell also, which is functioning effectively. And I would like you to give your presentation even here offline, sir, to our students. And dear students, you get enlightened, not just by listening to this, but provoking your thoughts and also coming up in life with such profiled persons. Thank you once again for inviting me for this talk. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable speech on this event. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. K. Sabina to say about IIC Impact Series.
A very good afternoon to the respected resource person, Mr. K.U. Srinivasan, sir, respected Vice Chairman, sir, Principal Madam, IIC coordinators, and all the faculty and student participants who are waiting to attend today's session. Ministry of Education, Government of India has established MOE's Innovation Cell to systematically foster the culture of innovation amongst higher education institutions. In the year 2018, MIC has launched the Institutions Innovation Council program in collaboration with AICTE for higher education institutions to develop the culture of innovation and startup ecosystem. The IIC of Prince Sri Venkateswara Arts and Science College, Gaurivakam, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, is proud to organize an impact lecture series under the funding assistance of Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell. The themes of the impact sessions include innovation, entrepreneurship, and IPR. Each impact session comprises 2 impact lectures delivered by 2 different experts on the same day. In today's session, we have 2 lectures, one in the forenoon session and the other one in the afternoon. In the forenoon session, we had a lecture by Dr. V. Parimalavarshini, Assistant Controller of Patents and Designs, Patent Office, Chennai. Madam has delivered an enlightening talk on the topic, IPR Essentials of Protecting Your Ideas. And now in the afternoon session, we have with us Mr. K.U. Srinivasan, Partner and Principal Consultant in Strategy, Connecting Dots Strategy Consulting. Sir will be delivering a lecture on key concepts of strategic entrepreneurship. I hope this session will help the students as well as the faculty in gaining the essential knowledge on strategic entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship accelerates the economic growth of the individual and also the country. Entrepreneurs act as the wheels of the economic growth of the country by creating new products and services and also by stimulating employment opportunities. Today's speaker is an expert in the field and students and faculty can clarify all their queries after the session. I also take this opportunity to acknowledge the financial support provided by MIC and AICTE in conducting this impact lecture session. I hope this is going to be a grand success and I'm sure that the students and faculties will benefit much from it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your introduction about this event. And then I would like to call Vijay Lakshmi to share about few words about resource person.
Today, we have Mr. K.U. Srinivasan, Partner and Principal Consultant of Strategy Connecting Dots, Strategic Consulting India. This man went on and has changed the whole landscape of education. I feel so happy that I was given an opportunity to talk about Sir and his achievement. Every individual is talented in their way. Everyone has their area of interest, hobbies, and passion. Scoring well in academics or being a topper is one thing, but the inner talent that everyone has is another. One should identify what their passion is and work accordingly despite of any social pressure. The stereotypes created by society have to be broken by the people living there themselves. That's what Mr. K.U. Srinivasan did. It's an honor for all of us to have you as a chief guest today, and for that we thank you, sir. He also has active engagement as a mentor of Niti Aayog, iOS auditor for BCM, mentor for SIDBI, Startup Mitsa Incubation, academic partner of RAI, Retailer Association of India, treasurer for Institute of Management Consultant of India, mentor for entrepreneurs at BYST, founding member and General Secretary of International Mediation Organization, the strategic management professional with the 26 years of experience in organization development intervention. Worked with global telecom companies, BPL Mobile, Hutch, Vodafone, Cellular, and Reliance Communication. His clients include CKR Group, Singapore, Geontrans Group at Andaman, Pothys Textiles, ARR Groups, Chennai Silks, Srikumaran Thangamaligai, successfully completed assignment in India, Singapore, Malaysia. He also has great educational qualifications, double master degree, Master of Labor Studies, specialized on the trade union, Master of Applied Psychology, specialized on organization, executive education at Indian Institute of Colicode, specialized on strategy management, executive education at Harvard Business School, specialized on go-to market strategy, executive education at Singapore, specialized on business excellence. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for the welcome.
It's a great honor to welcome Mr. K.U. Srinivasan sir to say few words about this event.
So, first of all, let us extend my thanks and regards to Mr. Sriram Shekhar, through whom we got connected for this Lions Club, and the principal madam, Dr. Uma, and all the other faculties who have been interacting with me over email for the session. So, I really appreciate Prince Venkateshwara College for taking up such initiative to develop entrepreneurship among their students, and where the core belief is entrepreneurship alone can help in terms of developing the economy. We need not depend only on the big corporates, but at the same time, MSME, where the budding entrepreneurs can start their ambition. And with that note, let me give you, I can start the session. Is administrator, should I wait for, or can we start the session?
You may start, sir.
Yeah, okay, right. So, how many students are whoever appeared in this Zoom call as a student can just raise your hands, so that meaning either you can, if your video is good, open up your video and raise your hands so that we can see and guide appropriately. Okay. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Picking up. Good. So we have got some good students community. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So this session, generally we used to conduct these type of sessions in the live scenario. Like we do it in the colleges directly. We generally don't do similar sessions in online, because the impact is not to that extent, like how when we can have it through visible, where we call a live session. Okay. So today I have two types of presentation to share. The one is generally on this entrepreneurship presentation, like, and another one is like what exactly the strategic entrepreneurship input can help you. So I have this two things to talk to you, and I also have okay. Okay. Are you able to see the screen? I think you must be able to see the screen. And this is the.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. So Connecting Dots Strategy Consulting is a reputed management consulting firm. We have also signed a MOU with MSME PPDC Agra as a organization to promote entrepreneurship and support startups in India. So generally, whenever we talk about startups, we used to talk about what do you call Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, and we talk about Google, Microsoft. Of course, yes, they're all very good and long-standing in their profession with respect to entrepreneurship. But at the same time, we also have people like Ramco Siemens, Ramaswamy Raja sir. We also have Vavu Chidambaram Pillai, who started the first shipping for the commercial purpose. And we have TVS, Sundara Nayangar. We have Dhirubhai Ambani. We have Amul, the who made a milk revolution, Dr. Kurian Varghese, he's here. And we have Asim Premji, and we also have Narayan Murthy sir of Infosys. They are also a great inspiration. When we walk through a life of all these people, and finally at center, Jamshedji Tata. When we walk through all the entrepreneurs' life, they all started the business out of supporting and helping the country's economy. Either way, one way or another way, the economy or the people to address unemployment, or either to address the issue of the challenging needs of the particular period. That's how the people have started the journey of entrepreneurship. What generally happened to you? You enroll in a college, you study, you do BE, somebody do MTech, and you undertake some projects, you go for industry visit, or you undertake intern, and finally the exams. Once the exams is through, you pass, you come out with flying colors. What have happened to you after your college? Your earning and your lifestyle. This decides your status of life. That is after your college. But till college, you need not worry about it. But after your college, you think about your earning, where you work, what is your job, or what is your passion, and what type of lifestyle you want to lead. And this mix both is determined from the society or who are looking at you will call you about the status of life. What happened to your earning choices? You have two choices: self-employment and employment choices. Okay, now let us ask a question to you. How many are interested in self-employment in this group? Can you raise your hands? Or if possible, can you open up a video and show your face also that you are interested in entrepreneurship? Yeah, good. I could see Rupa, Bhavana, Sweta. Okay, can Rupa, Bhavana, Sweta, can you come in line and just show your face? Oh, acha. Bhavana, you again the administrator. Fine, okay. What is your interest in entrepreneurship? What business you want to start? Bhavana.
Sir,
Yeah.
to learn new things from them. We can learn it too. So I want to be self-employed.
Okay. Dilli Durga. Yeah. Can you show your face and speak? Dilli Durga. Okay. Anybody from this group who wants to, hey, you are all in attending a session in entrepreneurship, correct? If you have any questions or even if you have any thoughts, please, we can raise it open. You will, as time will come. But meanwhile, if somebody is interested in starting a business, so nobody interested in starting a business except Dilli Durga and Bhavana. I couldn't see any hands raised, rather any face also. Okay. Ms. Dilli Durga, what business you want to start? I could see you raised your hand. Okay, no response. Fine. Because this session is not delivering a lecture like how your professor or your college faculties does. This is a more of interactive to understand and to help you, to guide you. And it is not an easy way of doing entrepreneurship. Now you understood, when I raise question, except one or two, nobody else is able to open up. Number one, to show the face. Number two, to respond. That's how the stigma of entrepreneurship. We all will think, we all will talk about entrepreneurship, but the minute when we say we want to, then we will raise our hands or either we don't come in. Maybe some of your internet may not be good, but still, I couldn't see any responses. Fine. That's what the issue with entrepreneurship. So how do you overcome? It's a big challenge, and it is not an easy way to overcome in a single way. Okay. So there are two choices you got. One is on self-employment and another is on employment. You either go for a job or you either create jobs for others to come and work. So which one you want to choose? It's all depend on you. So what is the comparison between your employment and self-employment? If you are employed, you are working for somebody's dream. If you are a self-employed, you are working for your own dream. There you work for somebody else, here you work for yourself. You work for somebody's ambition, here you work for your ambition to create your determination, to determine your career. And employment, it is compulsorily, you will work till 58, or sometimes you can even get a VRS also nowadays. But in self-employment, there is no pension, nothing, but still you will get investment, still you will have revenue part component, all is stored. And there is no pension after employment. But in a self-employment, We don't call it a pension, but still you have the investments, shares where you have invested. And if you're employed, like how we just come and work, we don't bother about the results, or sometimes many people bother about the results, but set of people don't by saying that, no, I don't like the risk. I wanted to work a risk-free job. But in entrepreneurship, you have to take risk, but maybe the risk is predicted. You will have a prediction of risk and get into the entrepreneurship. How a growth plan normally work? If you're a student, after student, when you pursue either your employment, generally when whoever comes as an employee, they develop the skills, learn the knowledge, go out in the market and understand the product, services in which they work, and they equip themselves as a self-employed. To become a self-employed, what happened naturally? Slowly, if you have the ambition to move, you slowly create it as a business. You create a business model, you create a business strategy for your business. And slowly, when you climb and move up the ladder, when your business grows, your revenue increases, your profit share increases, you slowly accumulate the money and convert, and maybe yourself called as an investor, or either you identify investment banking firm and you start coordinating with them in terms of investing your revenue or money. So this goes like this. Once you become an employee, the growth plan. You become self-employed. Once you are a self-employed, you move to business, and from business, you move to an investor category. What is an entrepreneurship process? I'm sure today morning, madam from IPR would have taken you how important is to protect your ideas, concepts. So here, the minute when you got an idea, you feel like, okay, you are interested in starting up a venture. But blindly, don't go and start up a venture. Do a proper study about yourself, whether you have the patient persistence to navigate in this entrepreneurship journey. It is not easy for everybody to get into entrepreneurship. Maybe there will be a lot of, when I interacted with many students, they say out of 100, say maybe 20 say, okay, I want to start a business. The minute when I asked him what type of business, they are talking about business, which they'll say, okay, when you walk in the street, you will find a lot of people selling, street hawkers selling foods. And they'll say, I want to start a food truck company. I want to start a food business in the, like how they have it in the streets. They want to modify and go up. Like that, they all talk about the opportunities available. Rather, if you do yourself a proper assessment that whether you are good at, number one, entrepreneurship, number two, what is your inner call? What is your heart says? What is your mind talk about your business thought? Draft it down, write it down, and slowly do a market research, consumer study for that particular product or a service, whatever you have in your mind. Then over a period of time, do the study, get some data, do a validation of data, and proper analytics will be able to give you what is your interest line is. What is your heart and mind talk about the product, and what type of services is what you wanted to give. And those you will start trying. Either you call prototype, or you call pilot study, or proof of concept. That will be the next stage. And when you are doing the next stage, then you will start thinking about a compliance and regulation, because you have to comply to Indian norms, Indian rules. You have to obey to the regulation of India, whichever the type of business you are in. There is a regulatory body. So you have to go and understand and learn about those regulations also. Once you understand the regulations, then accordingly, for example, if you are starting a business in solar, What is the compliance and regulations? If you are starting up a software to teach students, like how we have Byju's and a lot of companies in software industry which coming into the education area, edutech. So you should know what are the compliances, the regulations in that domain. Say, for example, if you are into food industry, FSSI, like that, when you study, understand in deep about your industry specific compliances, what are the general compliances in the state or in the place, and what are the regulations? If you go through all the compliance and regulations, then you are good to have a product launch. Then you talk about the product launch. You must have seen whenever any product is launched, there will be a media advertisement in the paper, there will be a product launch in the TV commercial, and the product is launched. After the product is launched, continuously speak to your customers, engage with your customers, client, and collect feedback. And basis on the feedback, you start correcting yourself, your process, your procedure, your organization, product, and finally, you take up to the second level. So, entrepreneurship meaning not just starting the business alone. The starting business alone needs a lot of compliance, regulations, and process into it. So these are the process in entrepreneurship. And here, when it comes to entrepreneurship, you have to necessarily consider how is your family supporting you, your thought, and how is the society supporting your thought. In case if you are working in an organization and wanted to pursue your entrepreneurship, in that case, how is your organization? For example, last 2-3 months back, we have got a lot of college student and college faculty submitting the proposals for MSME. They are all working in a college as a faculty, but at the same time, they are also working on startup ideas for the MSME. So how important is this three? Your family, your society, and your office. And you have to be a coordinating point for all the three. That is where the personal excellence. Here, the personal excellence is how you are grooming yourself towards entrepreneurship is primary criteria. If you have money, it is not just when you have money, you are able to start a business. You also should know how to shape your mind, how to shape your personality, how to shape yourself. All this is important in entrepreneurship journey. If you don't do it, if you think with money you alone you can do it, over a period of time, you will find yourself stuck. And that time you will do a retrospect of yourself and you'll find you haven't changed your behavior. You haven't changed your attitude towards the entrepreneurship. Those are the areas which have pulled your performance. So here in entrepreneurship, your personal excellence is important. Here, meaning the personal excellence is how effectively you're able to manage your family, society, and office is equally important in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship have taken a big leap after demonetization, after e-way bill, after bringing in GST, and most importantly, after COVID. Entrepreneurship have changed, meaning the type of people who wants to start a business, who thinks about venturing into, now they have started calculating, working on themselves scientifically that what is suitable for them and what is not suitable for them. The main area is you also should identify what you are not good at. That is more important in entrepreneurship. Blindly going and doing every business, whatever comes in the way, is not required. Some of the things you will have in your mind that you will not do that. So you also should identify what you will not do is also important. Just a minute. So this is what, as I said in the initial, if you guys were interactive, the session can be more interactive and give you a lot of ideas and insights for your entrepreneurship. If you are not interactive, and this will be a one-way lecture, and lecture doesn't work good for this type of session. So the more you are interactive is helpful for you to learn. So you have to start, this is an exercise, okay? What is your idea? What challenge and problems you have in your mind, and what you want to address? These are the questions should continuously come in your mind. And the third will be, who are your target customers? And how are you going to solve the problem? How will you generate revenue? Is your business model sustainable? All these questions you have to ask yourself. Why, what, when, where, who? If you start asking these questions, you will come to know how to do this business or how to venture into this business. Same way, my interaction with colleges, they say, okay, I want to start a business on food, or I want to start a business on IoT, or I want to start software. My humble request to all students is, go through this 17 SDG goals and identify where your idea lies with respect to starting up a business. Are you going to talk about, is your product is going to help to stop poverty, or to stop hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitization, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace and justice, strong institution, and partnership to achieve the goal. Like this, identify your business in which area it falls in. Because there are set of goals and there are set of frameworks, there are set of ideas is already available in with many people in the Google and everywhere, how you can start up and nurture your business. And if any of your ideas fall in this category, that is good. You can pull up your minds and get towards your goal. So first of all, instead of going and talking about your ideas, whatever you're coming across, as I told you, when I was interacting with the colleges, the students, they said, when you walk in the streets, you find somebody putting vada and somebody selling some of the product like that, and they want to start a company like that. They want to start a similar food business. I said, don't do it. For which we haven't, for which you haven't studied this BE or doing a post-graduation program, or you are a technically qualified people. Identify how your engineering mindset can help in solving these 17 problems or the development goals. Okay. So now at least someone should speak now about their thoughts and ambition. Otherwise, this will be a very dry program and it will be one-way lecture, and we'll not know whether people are still able to sleep or you're sleeping. So can somebody show your face and can talk about what is your interest in business, so that that becomes helpful for others to learn from this, how and what type of business we have to do. Any student? How many? I have about 50 people participants, netting off your 10 or 50 people also still. Now, who are all interested in starting a business, and what type of business you wanted to start? Good.
Students, please respond.
Nobody is responding, Miss Soumya Manikandan. I think people are not interested in business. Okay, yeah, Bhavana.
Sir, I don't want to start up a business, but I want to be a financially independent girl.
Okay, financially independent is very good. Okay, you can work in a company and you can
Yeah.
save money and you can be financially independent. Or you can invest in your money in your stocks and shares and you can be financially secure. So financially secured is that, but starting up a business is different. Okay. So we couldn't see anybody in this group currently to start a business. So this actually calls for a serious discussion in your college.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Vijayalakshmi. Can you show your face?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vijayalakshmi. Tell me, what business you want to do?
Sir, actually, I'm not that much interested in doing business, but my father is interested in that. He is interested to have a tea shop, which should be look very decent, and the people wants to have that. So,
Okay.
what can I do for that, sir?
Okay, good. At least somebody have opened up and spoken. Okay. So just a minute. Okay. So Vijayalakshmi, if your father wants to start a business, okay, assume if your father is already interested in running a tea shop, correct? Okay. In that case, you have to identify maybe what is your, how many people come and have a tea in your shop. Apart from having a tea, are they buying some snacks from your shop, father's shop? Or how many people are coming in a day? Or in a place like your father's tea shop, how many people, how many other shops are there? So you have to do a study like this, and that study is nothing but which I have shared now in this box. Market research and consumer study. Okay, so here you got an idea is not applicable. Starting up a venture is not applicable for your father. Psychometric assessment is not applicable for your father, but market research is applicable.
Okay, sir.
So where is your father having a tea shop is important. Is your father having a tea shop in a place where people movement is there? Or is your father is having a tea shop where movement is not there?
Okay, sir.
So there can be a business model even if people are not available. Some area there can be people available, it's called as catchment area. Some area people are not there, non-catchment area. For a non-catchment area, how do you bring the crowd? You have to do some schemes or plan or campaign so that you bring the crowd to your shop.
Okay, sir.
So those are the things also a part of entrepreneurship journey. And this will happen only when you talk.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And this cannot just like that happen. There are a lot of intricacies into this entrepreneurship. So if your father is having a shop, your father is saying, hey, per day only 10 people are coming to me to have a tea, and out of 10, 2 are taking snacks, but at the same time the revenue is not sufficient. So you have to think why people are not coming to your place, or either why only 10 people are not coming. How do we increase 100 people to your shop? All this will be a part of planning, campaign management, marketing, promotion. All this will be a component of that.
Okay, sir.
So for which you cannot generally do it, so you need to have a research. So you have to do a market research, consumer study, identify. Somebody may be interested in still having a glass, a tea in a glass, okay, but sometimes people are giving in a paper cup. Somebody may not be interested in paper cup. Maybe if you give in a different stylish cup, maybe everybody will wanted to have a tea in your shop. We don't know. And all this a part of your economics also. You have to plan economics for your business.
Yes, sir.
So ideally, an entrepreneur He is an economist, he is a botanist, he is a zoologist, or maybe whatever the business he is doing it, he is a university of himself. So that is how a consumer study. And then, for example, if your father is having a tea shop, now you are slowly trying from a tea shop, you are trying some other new product. For example, trying a sandwich, or we used to call OTG product, over the counter. Somebody going on the way to the office, they can just buy, on the way they can grab and they go to the office. On the go counters. Okay, on the go counters, when you want to try, that is where we come to the second subject of prototype and piloting. You will try whether this is working or not. Maybe you can have a shop near the metro station in Chennai, or maybe inside metro, we don't know. So if you have a plan, that is how the business grows, and that is how you can plan yourself for increasing your walk-in. So good. So anybody other than Vijay Lakshmi wants to raise hand and show himself or herself towards entrepreneurship?
Thank you for clearing my doubt, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Right. So let us get down. So see, since you are not asking question, we are speeding up the subjects. If you ask questions, we can help you in connecting line by line and help you to go through. Okay. So this is the, for every program, the importance is how participative you are. Okay. Okay. Now the startup. Whenever you go for a startup registration, or people will be hearing the word buzzword startup. What exactly startup? Startup is like a set of yeah, hello, anybody? Yes. Okay. So if you have an idea, incubate your idea, nurture your idea, and sustain. These are the three major blocks in the startup ecosystem. So the companies like Nashcom, SIDBI, lot of bank is having a startup initiative. Even government of Tamil Nadu is having a startup policy. MSME startup support. What they generally do in incubation and nurture is they provide you work test to sit and operate, to think, like how your college also has a ED cell, entrepreneurship development and innovation cell. They also will facilitate by giving your work desk for you to help you to nurture your idea, develop it. They will provide you with infrastructure support, technology support. If you need a computer, or if you need software, or if you need any of the technologies, they will help you with technology. And they will also support by mentorship from academic. They will give academic support. For example, some of the projects needs research scholars, or maybe some of the senior professors to help you and support you in terms of the academic. They will be able to help you. And they also will connect you with the industries to check what is your actual problem in the industry and what product you are developing, whether it is satisfying the need or not. And finally, funding opportunities also, networking. Those things are the one where the startup system will be able to help you. So as we discussed a few minutes back, when you have an idea, just identify what is an idea, meticulously sit and work on your thoughts. Don't just come to a conclusion without even planning, saying, I want to start a business like this. First, if you have a thought of a business, please write it down. What are the business plans you have, and what do you want to do? Who are your target customer? What is the problem you're going to solve? When you ask all this question, as briefed a few minutes back, why, what, when, where, and whom, and you will able to get an answer, how to solve the issue. And I also spoke about this 17 SDG goals and environmentally sustainable and governance, ESG parameters also. So when you want to do a startup, identify which type of startup you are interested in, because those set of goals already have some laid frameworks which will help you to start up and scale up quickly as possible. Coming to the point of a lender's mindset, when you start a business, you need money. Sometimes you are fortunate to have your own money. Sometimes you are still fortunate to have your friends, the family people to fund your money. In case if not, you should know what the lenders think about when they lending money. They think about two major aspects. One is on time and another is on interest. Time. How long you will take to return the money. Number two, interest. How much interest will you be able to return? That is, if I give you 100 rupees, you will give me 100 rupees, or you will give me only 90 rupees, or you will give me 300 rupees. The minute when you start calculating, you're talking about the interest component. These are the two things which every lender have in their mind. That's a lender's mindset, which you're supposed to know. And now, as good as you start a company, you'll talk about the formation of a company. Formation of a company, you have a proprietor company, you have a partnership firm, we have LLP, limited liability firm, we have a private limited, listed company, public limited. Like this, the company goes. So according to your nature of business and product and type of domain, you will formulate your company to what extent it can help. Number two, funding is the second category. How do you get funding and institutional support? And third, organizing, like when you start and scale your company, you need to have policies, process in your company. You need to have a salespeople to go and sell your products. You need to have human resources to manage your company. You need to have marketing people to market your product. You need to have customer service and factory people to manage your factories also. And the more you start going in, you'll talk about implementing quality programs, total quality management, customer service, productivity management, and all this. And finally, you also will talk about legal, tax, and audit type of work, which also a component of your requirement for an entrepreneur. This is one portion of startup. The more you start, the company started, now you're running a company, you are doing a successful business, and you are scaling up yourself. What do you do when you do a scaling up? When you do a scaling up, you talk about business strategy. Who are all your competitors? What is your, how is your business growth? And you'll talk about operational strategy, how to manage people, how to manage operational excellence. And you also talk about corporate governance, how to bring in process policy into your company, and how ethically sustainable your company can be. These are the things which will come in your mind. This is about a small picture I thought I can share with you. Effectiveness versus efficiency. For example, you have a water coming in a pipe. When you allow the pipe to generally flow, maybe it will flow a 1 feet distance. Maybe if you put a pressure and if you slightly start controlling the tip of the hose, the water is able to pass through more than 1 meter. So that means how effective you are driving is what should come in your mind when it comes to entrepreneurship. You are not just coming and doing opening a hose, water is flowing through the pipe. You have to think and see how you can use this efficiency so that it can cover up the wider area. This is how the entrepreneurship should work. Your mind should think. I've got some worksheets to do it. Since you guys are not participative, I'm not able to go through the worksheets. And these worksheets will be helpful for you in case if you guys are interested in starting up a business. Like what are the unique skills which can help you to start a business? What makes you to think to start a business? What gaps and challenges you have identified in the market? And you also will talk about your core strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, which will be helpful for you to define yourself. And you have to identify a line of business. When you start identifying a line of business, you will also have an engagement, and you will understand what is your family member thinking about your idea number 1 or idea number 2 or idea number 3. What is your relative thinking about your ideas? What is your friends thinking about your ideas? You will interact and collect the information. When you interact and collect the information, this will be helpful for you to fine tune and get your business in right. When I spoke about the market study, Market study is about getting feedback from the customers, getting feedback from the vendors, getting feedback from the suppliers. You have to collect feedback from all. The more you collect the feedback about a particular product or an industry or a service, it is good for you in case if you're also starting up a similar company, will be helpful for you to shape your product or services. So you have to study market studies from the manufacturer, get a study from the Google review, identify the feedback from the internet, get the feedback from the intermediary. All this will be helpful. And when it talks about, when you come to the competition, you will have the competition listed out, some 5 or 6 competitors who are all you think they'll be like with you, or you are developing a product similar to them. So you can do a competition study. Well, who are all your competitors? What are the unique selling points or proposition for the product? What are the gaps you have between your product and their product? What percentage is the issue? And when you do the study, proper study, you will be able to identify and you can increase your startup business. Prospective buyers. When you start a business, somebody have to go and buy your product. Either you start a manufacture a product, or either you are providing a service provider. You need somebody to buy your product or a service. No? So you can, even before starting a company, you can go and do a study and identify who are all the people who buy, and what is their mindset and what they want to buy, what is the requirement. All this can be a study. You have to do the study so that when you come with your product or services, it will be one up against the competition. That will be better for you. Investment capacity, infrastructure. What are the top 10 things you need to start your business? Do you need an office? Do you need a machine? Do you need a computer? Do you need a telephone? Do you need a raw material? What are the things you wanted to start your company? You have to mention, write it down. And finally, you talk about the business case also. So when you want to do a business for about, say, if it is going for a project loan, you have to write your project report, a detailed business plan, how a sales, how you will be able to increase sales, how you will be able to increase income, expenditure, liability, etc. And the second will be a proposal desk. You will go and pitch it to the financial consultant. And you have to prepare your organization chart, process, policy, roles and responsibility, who will do what job. All this you have to prepare yourself. Or maybe you can take a consultant support. And what type of company, and finally, what type of business startup and incubation required. For example, some of the mentors like a BYST mentor, they generally provide a free complimentary 2 years mentor support for entrepreneurs. So when we reach or approach them, they'll be able to support you even at no cost. So like this, the business goes on about startup. And you guys are not asking question. So that actually problem area for any startup. So now come to the second subject. As I said, we have 2 sessions. The second session is about when you want to think about a strategy entrepreneurship, you think about what type of business is good for the environment. Is your, for example, if you start saying like, I want to manufacture plastic bags, okay, it is a pollution to environment, not good. So you need not have that type of product. But at the same time, we don't say you're not to manufacture product in plastic. Think about it. While doing thinking, have this framework in your mind. Whenever you do a business, ensure the business is not disturbing the environment. Number 2, political. When you do business, ensure you are not politically, your business is not affected with your political systems in your prevailing state. Economical. When you launch a product, check whether the people can have the affordable to buy your product. Your product may be good, your product may be excellent, but you need to have somebody to buy your product, right? And that way you talk about economical. How affordable is a product? How is the economy in that particular area? What is the cost of transportation? All this will be a topic in terms of economical. Society. Here we are talking about a society. Which society you want to start your business? Is your business is more of a capital intensive, or is more of manpower intensive, or it is more of a online method? If you are into what type of business you are launching or starting, is important to which place you are also starting is important. Say if you are you are starting a car company, ensure that you start a car company in the area where there are already good number of youths are available, working community is available, so that your business can grow. So that type of society you have to think. What is the unemployment ratio? What is the affordability ratio? How is the people there? How good they are able to, how is it good to have them here so that you can train them quickly, or you cannot train them? All this will be a study of your society. Comes to government. Is your business supported by government? Will your government support your business? If it is, what type of business the government support, and what type of business the government will not support? So this will be a part of regulatory thinking. And technology, what technology you want to do? When you want to do a technology need not be only electrical component. There are technologies can be anything else if it could solve the purpose quickly, speed, and at the same time benefit to the society. It's good. So there can be multiple technology also. So you have to think what type of technology you want to bring in, and what is your legal system. For example, say somebody wants to develop a gaming software. Gaming software, it's not legal. Some of the gaming companies are not facing real tough situation across the globe also, because they are in the they are disturbing the children's brain, and it is disturbing the overall people. So check whether it is legal or not. So these are the things you have to keep in your mind when you do your business. So we have another some more time. Unless until you guys really open up, it will be a boring session. So again and again, I'm repeating. So anybody have questions till now? Please raise up your hands. It will be good.
Sir, shall I ask a doubt?
Bhavana, except Bhavana, can somebody ask? Bhavana, I mean, you can ask also, but not now.
Sure.
Children, the session is open to questions.
Yeah. Students, are you all really interested to start up a business? Or even for the matter, you want to know about your career, you can throw your questions to me. I will be able to help you and guide you properly. Illa Tamil pesanuma. Can somebody raise hands if you wanted to speak in Tamil? I don't know. Okay, beautiful. Zero response this side and that side. So, I don't know. In case if you have questions, it's fine. Otherwise, as such, the session is planned for 2 hours also. But the more you are participative, you ask question, the topic can indulge and help you. Otherwise, this will be just running through a screens. Yeah, Bhavana, please ask me.
Yes, sir. Sir, if an entrepreneur faces a loss during his business, how he will react to that, sir?
Okay, very good. Open up your camera. Let me see your face now. Okay, good. Number 1, any entrepreneur is bound to do business on uncertain condition if they encounter loss. Okay, it's not an issue. It is not it's not a crime. But in general, entrepreneurs are supposed to act much faster and speeder. During those situations, the government have brought in law, something called as IBC, Insolvency Bankruptcy Code. They can use this code. Through that, a legal remedy is possible for them to take a legal support. So they need not worry. After some period of time, they can start continuing the business. No wrong. And this is internationally, this type of legal remedy is available for entrepreneurs who encounter a business loss. Any other questions, Bhavana?
No, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. So, okay, now let's talk about, I think you guys are not talking about entrepreneurship. So who are all wants to go for employment? Can you raise your hands? Who are all wants to go for employment? Okay, good. Pallavi, I'm sorry, Pavitra Devi. Then rest everybody. Few other doesn't wants to go for jobs. Okay, Bhavna, Pandeshwari, yes. Good. Some more. Let me see 10 people. Only 3. I need to see 10. Shweta, yeah. Priyadarshini, good. And someone, yeah. Let me see 10. Once it knocks 10, then I'll be able to. Okay. How much? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6, huh? Only 6 is showing they wants to go for a job. Rest. Okay. So when you want to go for a job, start doing your proper assessment about yourself. Take a proper psychometric assessment and check what type of job is good for you and what type of job will be helpful to develop your career. So take a proper assessment. Don't blindly, by doing your program approach, don't blindly join any job. Take your proper assessment and check yourself where your interest is and what type of job you are good at. Please check yourself and then find out for the job. Otherwise, you will find you will be most suitable for the job, but not fitting the role. So check yourself where you are good at, and for which you can do a study and assessment. A systematic and a scientific study and assessment will be helpful for you. And let's come to Pavitra Devi. Pavitra, what type of job you're looking for, Pavitra? Good. Pavitra is not responsive. Fine. So, friends, students, when I talk about coming back to the subject, I think the participation level is also an issue in your college, and the interest level is also an issue about entrepreneurship and thing. So let me come to conclusion. When you want to get and venture into business, please ensure yourself your product or services is environmentally friendly and you doesn't abstain or obstruct any of your political system, and it is reviewed through proper economical value as well as the societal value, and it is proper with the government requirement, and what type of technology you are adopting is important, and finally your product or services must be legally compliant. And with this, I end this session. In case if you have any questions, you can. The stage is open for the questions. Thank you. Yeah, Vijay Lakshmi. Yes, Vijay Lakshmi.
Sir, I am having one doubt, sir.
Please.
On what basis the government or the government bank will give me a loan, sir? How they will provide me a loan?
Okay. Generally, Vijay Lakshmi, in Tamil Nadu, there are women's schemes available. Okay. The minute when you get into MSME, there are offerings like seed loan, need loan, aspire loan. Loans are available. Depend on your type of business, they will guide you.
Okay, sir.
In general, the age 35 may be a clause. You should not cross 35. Rest everything. Even if you cross 35, there is also business. There are also loan available. But since you asked, I'm saying, have the only one clause, not more than 35, and there are hundreds and thousands of different forms of loans available in the market. maybe by government or maybe by financial institution or maybe by some of the NBFCs. Loans are available. It's all depend what type of business you want to do, how much loan you need. So what business you want to do, Vijay Lakshmi?
As I already said, my father is
shop.
in tea shop. Yeah.
Okay. Good. So you bring in, you do something different in your tea shop, no?
Okay.
Correct, no? There is no, everybody wants to have a tea shop. What is generally a tea shop is a flavor of a tea and boiled milk, right?
Yes, sir. And the sanitation also important, no, sir.
Absolutely. How hygienic is what is important.
Yes.
Okay. So if you give some different flavor of tea, can you tell me some of the flavors where you can give a different flavor tea in your shop? I'm asking you to think and tell you what other flavors you can give.
We can provide ilachi tea, masala tea.
Okay, already there.
Rose flavored.
Ginger tea already there. Then
rose flavored tea.
Okay, lemon tea is there. Rose flavored you're thinking. Think about saffron tea.
Yes.
You get camel milk tea in Middle East.
Yes.
Okay.
How it is here,
so the minute when you start thinking goat milk tea, you will get goat milk in Malaysia. So the minute when you start thinking, there are opportunities available. You can be a niche product also. It's all how you ask question and what you want to think is the question.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions? Okay. So in that case, we have concluded early. Vijay Lakshmi, raise your hands. Maybe you can, in case you want to ask questions, you can. Otherwise, you can put it down. Okay. Somebody wants to ask questions? Okay. So, administrator of Prince College, how you want to close the session?
Narayani ma'am. Bhavna, continue with your comparing.
Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. Thank you, sir, your wonderful speech.
Thank you. Thank you all.
But we are in the time. We say the end of the event before we sign up here. I'll call upon Vijay Lakshmi to express her vote of thanks.
On behalf of organizing team, it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. My heart fills with a lot of gratitude and respect for our chief guest, Mr. K.U. Srinivasan sir, for not only sparing his valuable time for us to grace this occasion, but also for enlightening us knowledge on the subject. Thanks a lot for clearing the concepts, and you have put your best efforts to make this event unforgettable. A special thanks to our chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan, who always thinks about the welfare of the students and support us to move forward in our life. I express my sincere gratitude to our vice chairman, sir, Sri Prasanna Venkatesh, whose constant effort and guidance made us disciplined. My hearty thanks to our principal, ma'am, for being guide for the path of our life. And I also thank our organizers who organized this webinar and made this event grand success. I also thank all the participants who made this event memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay Lakshmi, for your vote of thanks.
Thank you.
Now it's time to bring end of this ceremony by singing our national anthem. Jana Dayak Jaya Hai Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkal Vindhya Himachal Yamuna Utkal Jalati Taranga Jab Shubha Jahe जब शुभ आशीष माहे जाहे जब से आधार जन मंगलदायक जय भारत वाक्य विधाता जय 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 हे जय 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 जय. Thank you.
Participants, you have the feedback link in the chat box. Kindly fill it up. Please turn on your video for photo session. Thank you, participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.